Welcome to Coffee, Create, Connect, the channel where we uplift, motivate, and support each other on our creative journeys. I'm very glad that you're here. I'm grateful for your time, and I hope you find value in this channel. Take 300. Okay, again, let's try to get into this. So, why did I create this channel? I created the channel mostly because I want to hold space for other people who are doing creative projects, who want to do creative projects, who think that they're not creative but are curious. A lot of people I talk to tell me that they're not creative. They wouldn't consider themselves an artist. And I would disagree. I think we're all born creators. I think we're all born artists. I think it's just that life tends to wring it out of us, whether it's family and friends who, criticized your attempts at being creative in the past, or I know a friend of mine, we were talking the other day, and she said that a teacher she had when she was in school and a lot younger made her feel like her work not only wasn't good, but nobody would like it and it was of no importance. So whether it's family, friends, a teacher, just life in general overwhelms and now, kind of squeezes out whatever space you had for that creative side of yourself. I wanted to create a space where we can create and not have the pressure for it to be perfect or to look like someone else's creation. It doesn't have to make money to be worthwhile. You don't have to become famous for your creations for them to matter to you. And my thing is, it's not always about the end result, the book you wrote, the painting you painted, the dance you choreographed. It's the process of creation. Did you enjoy? Are you enjoying creating? As kids, we create, right? We don't think twice about it. A kid will take lipstick from their mother's room and draw all over the walls if that's how they can create. When you're a kid, you just dance, you make art, you enjoy your creativity generally. Without worrying about who's going to like it. Will this be Instagram worthy? Will this make me money? Will this make me popular? When we were young, most of us who are creative, and I swear it's, we're all creative. We're all born that way. But, when we're young, we don't have that layer of perfectionism and this pressure cooker to have it mean something if we create something. We create for the joy of it. We create because we are creators. We create because it feels good. We create because it matters to us. And I wanted to hold this space. I wanted to create and hold this space to encourage other people who are already creating or who want to create, who used to create but got too busy or let someone talk them out of it. A place where you can pop in, get some encouragement, get some support, get some hopefully valuable advice. I do plan on sharing my advice, what I've learned over the years about creation. I write. A lot of this channel will focus on writing, books, things of that nature, but I also do self-portrait and regular, photography. I like to paint and I love to dance. I have another channel just for dancing. So I will be touching on those 4 things: writing, dancing, photography, painting. Those 4 things I'll definitely be touching on. However, if you're doing any type of creative project, if you want to start doing creative projects, if you're even just curious, this is definitely a place for you. The nice thing about just starting my channel is we can, as a community, as a group, build it up together. I am 100% open to hearing what you would like me to cover on this channel, as long as it has to do with something creative. So I will be doing book reviews. I will be discussing some of my favorite parts of certain books and why I think those parts are valuable or interesting in some way. So you can paint, you can dance, you can do photography, you can write, you can do sculpting, you can do whatever you consider art or creative to you. So create together, chat, have some coffee or tea or whatever you like. That was my main reason for starting this channel. I wanted to create a safe space. I wanted to be able to have a place for other people like myself who just want to create without the perfectionism trap, without the pressure for it to be as good as someone else's or to be famous or whatever. Authenticity is everything, especially when you're being creative. You need to always walk the walk and not just talk the talk, which means I need to not just tell people, hi, want to say hello? Oh, that's it. Not just tell people that it's okay to be who you are, show up as you are, to not conform to what other people or society think you should be. But for me, myself, I need to show up and prove that by showing up, by doing the damn thing, by not waiting for things to be perfect. I live with my husband and 2 dogs, and it's very rare that the house is just completely quiet or that I don't have distractions and interruptions. But I'm just going to roll with that because that's real life. And I think people, at least the people I want to connect with, appreciate people who are just genuine, who are just real, who are just living real lives, real people living real lives, not putting on a pretentious show. And by the way, if you're curious, this is my favorite coffee mug. If you have a favorite coffee, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what you like to, or tea. I love tea. My favorite is lavender tea. My favorite coffee is blueberry. There's never going to come a time in my life where everything is just lined up perfectly. I have the perfect camera, the perfect lighting, the perfect outfit. My dogs are quiet. My husband is quiet. Everything just goes smooth. No. I've learned if I'm not willing to just work with the circumstances in front of me, I could be waiting forever. Okay, so, and I think a lot of times that's what people do in life, you know, with goals, whether it's creative or not, is they get so hung up on waiting for everything to be just right. It has to be just the right time, just the right place, just the right equipment. And sometimes that never happens. And so the thing you wanted to do never happens. And I really feel strongly about this channel. I know for me, I was very lucky to have a father who, you know, God rest his soul, was extremely encouraging of my art. And from a very young age, made me feel like my art was worthwhile, like it was important. And not just the final result, but the actual act of creating. Even if the end result isn't something I'm in love with. I've written things and said, That actually wasn't that great. But you know what? I had fun writing it. And sometimes that thing that wasn't so great actually is the catalyst, is the inspiration for you to do something else. Like I've written stories before and then said, oh, okay, that's not that great, but it gave me an idea for something that is great. Or it didn't give me an idea for something that was great, but I enjoyed the time I spent creating that story or that painting or that dance or that photo. Not everyone is so lucky to have someone in their life who makes what they're doing feel important. But for those people, here I am. Consider me your new mom, aunt, sister, sibling, friend, whatever. I am here to uplift, to support, to encourage, to drink coffee, to create, to connect. Is there anything else I wanted to say before I wrap this up? I realize technically you are a stranger, more than likely watching this. And while I do want to connect with you and I want to create with you and I want to build community with you, I stand firm in who I am, what I do, and how I do it. So while I do think it's great to take other people's feedback into consideration because sometimes they're pointing out something that's very valid and that could be valuable to you, I think it's important to take other people's feedback with a grain of salt and kind of put it through your own filter, taking what is helpful and leaving the rest behind. Be resourceful. I think creativity comes down so much to being resourceful. You don't have to have the best paints or the best paintbrushes or the fanciest computer to write with or the best camera. Some of the best artists that ever lived, and of course, best is a very subjective word, but some of the most famous or greatest, in my opinion, artists that ever lived, a lot of them didn't have the best circumstances, didn't have the best equipment, didn't have support, but they had a fire burning inside that they just had to listen to. A voice telling them, this is why you're here. This is a big part of why you're here, is to create, is to share with the world what only you can create. I can't create your art and you can't create mine. And that's beautiful. That's what makes it powerful. What you can do, I can't do, and what I can do, you can't do. Only I can create my art. Only you can create your art. And that's where the power lies, is in our uniqueness. Anything else? I'm just going off the cuff. Originally, I did have like a little script I was gonna use, but then I said, no, let's just roll with it. I'm the type of person, I like to just speak from the heart and just see like what comes to me that I want to share in this moment. If you like the channel, of course, if you like what I've been saying, if this sounds interesting, if you're curious to learn more, you want to stick around and see where this channel goes, hit the subscribe button, give it a like, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when I post new content. I'm hoping to learn the ins and outs of going live because I would really, really love to host some live chats and some live workshops and things like that. Thank you so much for joining me for this coffee chat. I do hope to sip coffee or tea or whatever with you in the future. I hope we create together, connect, build community together, and I appreciate your time. So thank you so much, and I do hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care.